should go. We're here today we're back in session from yesterday where we recessed, but today at 8:30, we are at the Hill County Courthouse. It is 8:30, January 28th. We do have a quorum present. They are online for us. So we're gonna have to be very clear in who makes a motion and who's seconds and what the motion is. Because she's, like I said, she's remotely joining in. So we'll go ahead and call it to order. Do we have a pastor here today? No? If you'll stand with me. Heavenly Father, Lord, we come to you today praising you for the safety of our constituents over the weekend, Lord. We thank you for letting us weather the storm, Lord. Lord, we pray that you give us wisdom and discernment as we conduct the county's business here today, Lord. Guide us. We love you and praise you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Commissioner, how was your weekend?
Well, the weekend was pretty quiet, and surprisingly, we did come up, do a little work last night, try to clear some of the ice over at the annex. Constable Cordell was up there cleaning up around the courthouse and kind of getting things passable this morning, but we finished that up last night about 10. Before the storm hit, or right as it was hitting, we got some brine from TxDOT and hit most of the major roads in precinct that had the heaviest traffic. It just kind of keep it passing, but surprisingly enough, we only used 3,000 gallons, and I had 8,000 on hand that they still got. So we didn't use nearly all of that. Our spray rate was not what we thought it was, but we got a lot of material out.
Awesome.
Anyway.
Commissioner?
We're doing well until this hit, and then yesterday they did show up. And a couple of brush piles we'd been waiting on for ice and wet ground to burn, and they took care of that yesterday. And other than that, they're trying to do some service and working around the barn today.
Commissioner?
Pretty much the same thing, working around the shop, changing oil, trying to get everything ready to go, 'cause when it does thaw out, we're gonna have to roll it.
It's gonna be messy, I think.
My guys are out riding today, they're trying to see if there's anything worse than anywhere else, and that's what we're doing.
Emergency management?
Make it quick.
That's to say, Jerry might want to set a time. No, I tried to make it brief, but. To the top here. So we started communicating with all the jurisdictions, whether it be cities, the counties, everything on Monday, letting them know what was coming up. We got resources from the Red Cross. The storm got here that actually were used and hovered, as well as teams that we had at the fairgrounds. Wednesday we checked in with every jurisdiction, every local power provider, most water providers. The sheriff contacted a bunch of the churches, checking with them to see if we were going to be able to use their facilities for walking centers or if they were going to be opening up. We had daily meetings with TxDOT. I understand there's a lot of people in the community that are not happy with them right now, but they were focusing on the interstate. In Texas, the director of maintenance for TxDOT in the Waco district, some words is it was more impactful than expected on the interstate. And so they had to focus all their resources there, unlike previous years where they went out to the county. So as of last night, they have been focusing on county, all the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, which is basically all the roads off the interstate in the county. We had daily calls with the National Weather Service and the Regional Medical Operations Center for our region, as well as monitoring ERCOT. We submitted stars, so the one thing that's different this year than previous winter storms is we actually had state resources here on hand. We had 19 TIFMAS personnel. The TIFMAS is the Texas Interstate Fire Mutual Aid System, so they brought a whole bunch of fire engines basically to help supplement manpower. We had 20 Texas Military Department. Was it Department? Was it all Texas National Guard or was there state guard?
National.
Okay, so it was all Texas National Guard. They came with 6 Humvees, a heavy wrecker, their own fuel truck, their own ambulance. We had 19 emergency medical task force personnel. So they came with 4 ambulances, 3 side-by-sides, and a supervisor. Once they got here, that was the biggest toll because that started 24-hour operations for me because for them to go anywhere, someone had to call me. So anytime someone, Hillsborough needed an extra ambulance or needed an extra fire truck. On Sunday going into Monday, Covington had a water freeze, which crippled their water system where none of the cities in the house got running water. Thankfully, the sheriff had 2 of those big jet heaters. We were able to take it there to them to help them. So for the course of the event, we had 4 major power outages. By major meaning it affected more than 500 people for more than 3 hours. We had 7 minor. Thursday through Tuesday, we had 9 major accidents, 21 minor accidents, 8 fires, 5 of those being structure fires, and 68 ambulance stops.
Sounds like a busy weekend.
Could have been way worse.
So,
Could have been.
Philip, I skipped you. All's well.
Well, don't have the list that Chris has, but, we did have the camera vendor came out last week, installed some additional cameras, moved some stuff around over at the sheriff's office, installed a couple of cameras out of the trustee barn. He also brought a camera and installed a camera up in the district courtroom. It's a temporary, if you go there and look at it, it's a temporary fix for now, because we had to get a metal plate to actually mount the camera to, so, but we're gonna fix the look. However, we're trying to solve the audio issue that the bailiffs are having, not been able to hear clearly in the courtroom, so we may end up using the same camera here in this courtroom as well, if it works out. In addition to that, we cleared out enough rack space to make way for the Solutions 2. That's the folks that are gonna come and install the new Spillman server. So we cleared out enough rack space and got the power and network requirements that they needed us to get. And they should be out here, I believe, February 18th, 19th, I believe, or they're gonna send someone out for a couple of days and have them physically installed the equipment. So, keeping that ball rolling forward as well. So.
Awesome. Thank you. Chair?
Everything's pretty good, no, nothing major, no leaks, jail population's down, no fleet accidents this weekend, so that's great. Other than that, pretty much the same, we're gonna just take a look at it when it thaws out, make sure that nothing major has to be applied, but we try to do a lot of preventative before it started, so hopefully, that happens. If you come up to the office, just be careful of the ice and the likes to slide off, I don't want you to get it, but come to the office, so. I'll walk through.
Ms. Parker?
Now, we are pending WSUs today. As soon as those are ready, I'll let everyone know, and then we're also finishing up our 10,000 ads. The business is normal.
Development Services.
Same thing as the other folks, all the buildings under our care, well maintained, prepared before the storm with the help of emergency management and the sheriff's department. They went around checking on all the buildings intermittently during the storm, make sure nothing was flooding or any, we had one alarm go off here, but it was kind of false alarm thing, but other than that, everybody did a great job, keeps an eye on county buildings and taking care of
Mr. Holmes?
Try to get agreements in place for your 105 case appeal docket tomorrow.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah. And I haven't been able to do that this week. Just been trying to help out where I could and been out and about and kind of glad that we made it through this as easy as we did.
I agree. As far as my office, we've been busy. this weekend as well. The, we've learned a little bit every time, but the thing that is unprecedented that I've had comments from multiple people on is the amount of communication across the county. Not just fire EMS, that's pretty normal, but the city was contacting Mr. Jackson, consistently updating him with issues they were having as far as the city of Hillsborough, city of Covington. So the amount of communication was pretty amazing, pretty cool to see. And then the amount of people that helped out. We had one of your motor graders out last night until 10. I went and saw them. They were clearing the sheriff's office parking lot. They did the Covington Street Annex. Constable was out in a cab skid steer, freezing, trying to scrape ice from around the square. So everybody kind of chipped in, and the amount of resources that we had from the state was pretty awesome. We did try to keep our ear to the ground as far as listening to the public, seeing where those needs were. We located ones and twos here and there that needed some resources, and so we were able to provide those resources. We were staged to open up warming shelters. I know there were some questions about warming shelters. We were staged to open them up. The strategy behind what we were doing was, if we were going to have widespread power outages and we positioned a warming station, most of our warming stations do not have dual power. So if we position resources at a warming station and we take 50 people in and then we lose power there, we now have 50 people plus assets that we have to move. So we were kind of just waiting to see where power outages will happen, how long they would be, and then respond accordingly with the warming station. Luckily, we didn't have to do that. The people that were in need of some help, we were able to take care of individually. There weren't that many that reached out to us, and we had
dodged a bullet there.
what's that?
We dodged a bullet there.
We did, and we were. I know emergency management myself. Were being contacted in every shape and form via text, cell phone, Facebook Messenger, and we were able to respond to those folks, so it was good. We did have all of the outfits out at the fairgrounds. They like coming here, which I like, because that means they're here. They will respond to the entire Central Texas region, but if they're in our backyard, we get first dibs generally. So that's pretty cool. We had development services and maintenance constantly out there checking on those guys, making sure their building was operable for them. So the whole operation seems like it went fairly well, of all things considered.
Judge, real quick, I'd like to add, when we talked about me, I was working around the courthouse, the gentleman, and I don't know his first name, Chris, that owns the restaurant. Julio, he had been on the Clarence lot, and I was around here for a long time. And he come over and probably worked with me at least 2 hours that I was out here. And that was nice for him to come over and help out, because it did help me tremendously, because as you can see on the corners, there's thousands of pounds of ice.
Yeah,
It's gonna be there for weeks.
yeah, I was very surprised at the amount of ice that they pushed out. All right, well, we'll move on to open forum. Do we have anybody here for open forum today? I don't believe I have anyone online for open forum. If I do, if you would unmute yourself and state your name for the court. I don't see anybody unmuting, so we will move on to the consent agenda. Consent agenda is action on minutes, invoices, payroll, monthly report for revenue and disbursement, and observe and or record elected officials trainings. I have one elected officials training right here for Ms. Parker for cyber awareness training.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second. A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Gentlemen, you have to be patient with me. Miss Christie is iced in. So. That's that, sign. I think this will be. Miss Tara, if you get behind or we're not clear on who's doing the motions, you'll have to tell me, okay? And I'll try to announce it. I already forgot once. We'll move on to number one on court orders, discuss interaction on employee wage or status changes. I don't have any in the packet right now, so we'll go ahead and move to two, discuss interaction on bonds. I have multiple bonds here. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve bonds.
Second. Motion in a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Say that, don't you should. Yeah. You're gonna.
So, you know,
You want me to say?
made a motion.
Oh, yes. Who made the motion? Second.
Made motion.
Commissioner Hawkins made the motion.
Seconded.
Commissioner Holcomb seconded. All right, number three is a presentation by NextLink regarding updates on active internet coverage and recent Texas bond equity access and development award locations in Hood County. NextLink called me and said they weren't gonna be able to make it. I did have a meeting yesterday with them. There is no action to take on this item. They just wanted to make us aware. They will be reaching out to emergency management in reference to this update. And any input we can put. The state of Texas is viewing internet access at the same level as water and electricity at this point. And so they wanted to ensure that every resident has the ability to have it. And so that is one of the things they're calling it the last mile project, in which they're trying to make sure the last residents have the ability. We'll go ahead and move on to number four, observe and record Hill County certification of Cadence Bank related to the Hill County investment policy. Ms. Parker, do you mind coming forward? Have you got the next couple, I think?
So the document before you is just Cadence Bank adhering to our investment policy. We get these every year once our investment policy changes, so this one is just to be on the record to report.
And as most of you probably know, Citizens Bank was sold to Cadence Bank. That's the reason for this.
Kind of out of order on the agenda, but yes.
So. Anyway, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to observe.
Second.
Mr. Hawkins made a motion to observe and record the Hill County certification of Cadence Bank related to Hill County investment policy. Commissioner Crumpton seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Number five, observe and report with Cadence Bank RFP due to merger of Citizen State Bank.
So back last year, Citizens State Bank merged with Cadence Bank. They are upholding our current RFP, and this is just a formal letter stating that.
I'll entertain a motion unless there's decision.
Make a motion.
Second.
Commissioner Crumpton makes a motion to observe and record the Cadence Bank RFP due to merger of Citizen State Bank. Commissioner Hawkins seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Number six, observe and record Texas class observing Hill County investment policy.
So this one is the same as number 4. It is just Texas class adhering to our investment policy, just a formal record.
Make a motion to observe and record Texas class observing Hill County investment policy.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Holcomb and a second from Commissioner Hawkins to observe and record Texas class observing our investment policy. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion carries. Number 7, discuss and or action on 2026 Hill County investment policy.
Our investment policy met earlier this month. We did have a couple of slight changes on how we meet and things of that nature. So used to, we had the option to meet electronically. We wanted to take that away and just do Zoom. So instead of just via email, it will be by Zoom if someone cannot attend in person. Our citizen that is on our committee is Mr. Boone Sawyer. He has expressed that this will be his last year on our committee, so we are on the search for a new replacement for a citizen at large. And then I also want to take a moment to let y'all know that in the years prior, our investment policy has not met according to the schedule. I do take fault for that in some regard. I also want to point out that sometimes we don't have anything to talk about because we're waiting on the certified quarterly investment report from our auditors, and sometimes they have other pressing duties. At no time are our funds unsecured. They are completely secure. They're completely collateralized. I have multi-factor authentication on all of our investments. They're not going anywhere. So I do oversee those every single day. They are very safe, regardless of if we meet or not. And I also want to point out that on page 2 of the investment policy, it says that meetings may be called as deemed necessary by any investment committee member. So those members are also not calling those meetings if I'm not having them. I just want to let y'all know that that is a shortcoming that I do have, as well as the other members of the committee. Moving forward, we will try to do better.
We, at the investment committee meeting, we identified that these meetings weren't being held regularly. It's kind of one of those, it's not super, it's not interesting, you know. Everyone has something else that's more important, knowing that our funds are safe. But we identified that that is not the proper way to do business, and we will be meeting regularly from this point forward.
Regardless if we have anything to discuss or
Yeah,
not.
we'll just have a meeting
Have a meeting
and review what we got.
Quarterly.
Yes.
quarterly, yes, sir.
And then obviously if things change, we can call on it anytime.
Absolutely. And I will say that in 2024, that was a very rough year. As you're aware, we had a different auditor. Things were not getting done timely, as in like a year behind. So you will see here in the coming weeks that that was not done at all, probably that year, maybe once. So I just like to be very transparent, even if it's not positive news.
I think it's positive in the fact that we've identified it and we're moving.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the 2026 Hill County investment policy.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Holcomb to approve the 2026 Hill County investment policy and a second from Commissioner Crumpton. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Number 8, discuss interaction on certification of revenue. Turn that up, it's right here. These are from Miss Thorne's office, but Miss Peavy sent them to me. She's starting to fill that role, and I'm starting to get more information from her and less from Susan, which is a good thing.
Transition.
Yep, the transition is occurring. So we've got certification of revenue for civil registry fee, excess proceeds received in the amount of $8,086. Emergency management sale of fixed assets was a trade-in on the Suburban of $15,000. Another sale of revenue for precinct 4, or correction, sale of vehicles, precinct 4 at $11,500 for a 1981 trailer. And then the accompanying documentation as to where those funds are going. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Hawkins to approve the certification of revenue, and a second from Commissioner Crumpton. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Those are the accompanying budget amendments.
Correct.
Okay. So it's
And that'll be number
Number
9. Which I'll go through all the problems. Discuss interaction on the budget amendments that accompany those certification of revenue. I'll entertain a motion on this.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. The motion was by Commissioner Crumpin, the second was by Commissioner Hawkins. Number 10, discuss interaction on Hill County jury selection plan. This selection plan was provided to us, I believe, by the district. Joe? Oh, yes, it was. I recall it. It was brought to us by the district clerk. Obviously, Judge Lewis has already reviewed and approved this. So,
Make a motion to approve the Hill County jury selection plan.
okay. There's a motion from Commissioner Hawkins to approve the Hill County jury selection plan. A second from Commissioner Lake. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Gentlemen, after this, don't run off, because I'm thinking there's some orders that I left in here. And then we're gonna have to sign and reference some of that. Number 11, discuss interaction on the contract with public waste services for a roll-off dumpster for precinct 3.
Yes, sir. This is in regards to tearing down our old barn and buying them, and which is gone. So we just need to approve this so we can get them paid.
All right.
So I'll make the motion to approve the contract with public services for a roll-off dumpster.
I have a motion from Commissioner
Second.
Hawkins and a second from Commissioner Holcomb to approve the contract with public services for roll-off dumpster for precinct 3. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Number 12, discuss interaction on the purchase of over $5,000 for the Hill County Sheriff's Office to purchase new laptop computers and docking stations for patrol units. Sheriff? Let me step out there.
So, I think the total is a little over $17,000. IT advised they would pay for 10,000 of that, and we'll pay for the remaining 7,000 and some change out of Chapter 59 seizure fund.
We don't need to make a motion.
You'd already budgeted that, huh?
Not for those. We're requesting, like, just letting you know, we're gonna purchase those out of the Chapter 59 seizure fund, so it's not gonna come out of those allotted budget. It's gonna be seizure money.
I'll make a motion.
We got a motion to approve the purchase over $5,000 for laptop computers docking station for the patrol unit. Motion was from Commissioner Hawkins, second from Commissioner Lake. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries.
I can't remember if that was one of the move those funds. Yeah, we sent and notified her of it. The only reason for this is because of added staff, those positions, and so we need to have the equipment for them.
There you go. Number 13, discuss interaction on 2027 DJ Edward Brown Memorial Criminal Justice Assistance Grant for the County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, we're just notifying the court, requesting permission to go ahead and apply for this grant. That can be used on equipment and different things like that that our office could use, and I believe what the amount of $10,000, the correct chief. This grant, DJ Brown, is a $10,000. Minimum 10,000, so it could be more, so. Several other grants we looked at, but this looked like it would be useful if we applied for it, so just request permission to go ahead and apply.
I'll make a motion.
Make a motion to approve 2027 DJ Edward Browning Memorial Criminal Justice Assistance Grant. State Sheriff's Office.
I have a motion from Commissioner Holcomb and a second from Commissioner Hawkins. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion carries. Number 14, Discuss an action on an addendum to a tax abatement agreement between Hood County and OIC Hillsborough Solar LLC to assign a portion of the project to Hillsborough Best Project LLC.
Judge, Commissioners, this was a tax abatement agreement. OCI Hillsborough Solar originally entered into a tax abatement agreement with the county back in late 2023, I think it was. It is for 200 million in solar energy generation improvements and the addition of a battery energy storage system of approximately $120 million. Now OCI Hillsborough wishes to assign the BEST project, battery energy storage system project, to Hillsborough Best Project LLC, which is a wholly owned affiliate of their company. The reason being that they'll want to sell that off to somebody else, and that whoever buys that will have to enter into a tax abatement agreement with us. We'll have to accept all the same obligations. Now, the other thing that they're seeking is the extension for the completion date for the best portion of the project to December 31, 2028. What the recommendation would be is to approve the assignment of the agreement, of the best portion of the agreement, subject to Hillsborough Best Project LLC entering into a tax abatement agreement on the same terms as OCI with the county, and that the extension be approved subject to OCI paying a $50,000 extension fee to the county.
Sure doesn't seem like much on a $120 million bid. To me, what are our controls in our agreement with the transfer from one entity to another?
The assignment we have to consent to, and
How strong is that consent?
well, it can't be unreasonable, but the reality is if it's somebody that doesn't have the financial wherewithal to do the same things, we could deny consent.
Are there plans to do anything or just to package it to sell it? Which it looks like to me, that's what they're setting up to do.
Well, they're setting it up, but the idea would probably be down the road to sell it. But right now, that's not totally clear. But they want to get it into a separate affiliated entity.
1 second. I believe,
Yeah,
are you here to speak on that?
yeah, my name's Stephen Van Dyke, I'm coming Westlake.
Come on up.
Sure.
Come on up.
Tax consultant.
Go ahead and state your name again for me.
Stephen Van Dyke, Cummins Westlake. I've been here a few times. I think I've been here since Judge Lewis has moved on to his new position. I do have a company representative here that they can answer these questions also, but Mike and I have gone through and they just want to separate them because they work together. In regards to selling it down the road, I don't know yet, but they're just making them a separate, because they're going to be two separate entities, not the same entity. So
Have they done any work on the,
I think they got one of the company representatives. I know they did the road scans back in December to start. Yes.
if they haven't done any construction?
No, it has not been started yet. So
What's your name, sir?
my name is Jung-Ik Jang from Hyundai Engineering. So Hyundai Engineering is an affiliate of Hyundai Motor. So Hyundai Engineering, we have acquired the solar project from OCI to support Hyundai Motor's their energy transition. So we have been focusing on the solar project mainly rather than BESS and solar. So We experienced some delay in this project due to some change in policy. So, but nevertheless, we have a plan to complete this project by 2027 December for the solar. And we are about to close the financing for this project scheduled for March 26. But during the financing process, we noticed that under this condition, this BESS project will be included in this LLC, and also there is some collateral issue. So once we complete this financing, it is difficult to have another financing for the BESS. So additionally, this financing structure is a bit different from solar and BESS. So by bifurcate the BESS and solar, we will be able to develop this BESS additionally. So as explained, we are now mainly focusing on solar. And then once we close the finance, then additionally, we will develop this BESS facility. But after finance close of the solar, it will take additional time to develop the BESS. So we would like to invest on extension of this period by 28 December so that we can have a time to develop.
I think that's something that's important to us to look at going forward on projects like this. That the entity has the wherewithal to do the project. Because it looks like to me they don't have the financing to do it in the first place, and they didn't when they came for the abatement.
Well, most places don't have all their financing in place.
We get that.
They have to get approvals and stuff before investors will jump on board. So that's not,
And with tax abatements,
right.
because that changes the financing of how much they need to build a project, and that makes sense.
Hyundai should be able to secure the fund.
I would think so.
Hyundai should be able to secure the financing. That's a national consideration.
Any further discussion? Any questions? So. Somebody vote to accept it. I'll have a
First
motion,
one would
but
be
let me clarify the
addendum.
motion.
The addendum to the tax abatement agreement would be the first thing.
And the wording on that would be approval of addendum to tax abatement agreement between Hill County and OIC Hillsborough Solar LLC to assign portion of the project to Hillsborough Best Project LLC.
Right, and to extend the time for that to December 31, 2028. Subject to them paying $50,000 extension fee.
Now, the extension is just for the best and not for the
Right.
solar project.
It's for the whole project now.
So Commissioner, your motion is approval of addendum to tax abatement agreement between Hill County and OIC Hillsborough Solar LLC to assign a portion of the project to Hillsborough Best Project LLC and to extend the timeline to December 2028 with a $50,000 extension fee.
Correct.
That motion was made by Commissioner Lake. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Commissioner Hawkins. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? No. One against, motion carries.
The next item is just
Number
the
14, yes, sir.
tail end of this, which is a tax abatement agreement with Hillsborough Best LLC, which is one of the conditions we made to doing the addendum. In the addendum is that Best Project LLC actually sign a separate tax abatement agreement with us.
So. Any discussion or question?
And the percentages are identical to the original.
to the original
And that was done prior to
prior to.
the
when it
adoption
changed
of our
things.
revised abatement policy.
Right.
We'll have a road use agreement. Definitely.
There's a road use agreement in it, but they've not designated the roads. Are you aware of that?
They've done the road survey, but I haven't met with them to, as far as what they discovered on the roads, what needs to be improved.
Have they given you a list of the roads that they're gonna use?
I'm sorry.
They've given you a list of the roads they're gonna use?
No, like I said, I haven't met with them. I know they did the road survey, that they contacted me, wanted to know if I wanted to do a ride along, which I didn't. So I haven't had a meeting with them to see what they discovered when they did the road survey.
And I think he mentioned that you can get that next week.
Yes, so we have conducted road survey already, and that report will be available next week.
So I'll make a motion on 15. I'll let you read it.
Right now, the way that I have the motion with approval of tax abatement agreement between Hood County and Hillsborough Best Project LLC as the assignee of OIC Hillsborough Solar LLC. That was Commissioner Hawkins' motion and Commissioner Lake seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Opposed.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Number 16, discuss interaction on setting a public hearing to set and install traffic control devices in the form of 35 mph speed limit signs on His County Road 3422.
Yes, sir. This is in regards to the wind farm project we have going on in that area. I have been requested that we set a 35 mile speed limit on 3422. So we just need to set a date and I don't have a public hearing.
We have a projected date.
February 24th.
Let's stay there. All right.
You need a motion on that?
Yes, sir.
Now I make a motion, we hold a public hearing to install traffic control devices on from 35 miles an hour speed limit sign on HCR 3422 on February 24th, 2026.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Hawkins, a second from Commissioner Crumpton. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. And
I'll get the notice prepared. And yes, you know, send it to Christie or send it straight to this.
whichever we prefer. Okay. Number 17, discuss interaction on setting a public hearing regarding the cancellation of a portion of the plat of Pioneer Code subdivision filed on July 31st, 1950, specifically canceling the portion of Lemon Lee Crossing, a subdivision road that was never installed adjacent to lots 31, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Commissioner, I know you've done a lot of homework on this.
Yeah, I have it, and the original plat was filed in July of 1950. And this portion of the road was never constructed. There's a plat in there, but you can't really, the colors didn't come through. So if you look at it, the Lemon Lake Crossing that crosses from northeast to southwest, that portion of the road has never been developed. So we had one of the lot owners come to us, he owns multiple lots, and asked that road be vacated. And David and I had several conversations, and he did some research on it. And the proper way to handle this is to we will need to cancel that portion of the road on the plat. So in order to do that, we'll have to have 3 weeks of publication.
Yes, sir, we can do
24.
it. Yes, sir, we had the hearing on the 24th. We published on the 5th, the 12th, and the 19th.
Okay.
So
And the developer or property owner who's requested this has agreed to pay for the public, or reimburse the county for the publication.
Oh, shit. So I make a motion to set a public hearing regarding a cancellation of a portion of the plat for Pioneer Cove subdivision filed a record July 31st, 1950. Specifically canceling the portion of Linda Lee Crossing adjacent to lots 31, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40.
Second.
And the
What happened to 35?
It's on the other side of 36.
And the public hearing will be held February 24th. I have a motion from Commissioner Holcomb, second from Commissioner Hawkins. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Number 18, discuss interaction to remove the plat checklist from the subdivision rules and regulations. Mr. Crossan, would you like to speak to this, sir?
So, as you know, my department's been tasked with working on these plats a little bit and the process. This is just the first step that after discussing with some of the gentlemen in this court, that we need to remove this checklist. It's just so we can tweak it easier and streamline it and make it a little easier to work with and a little more informative to the people that are presenting these before they come to us. This is just the first step, and we're just asking to remove the checklist.
You're proposing to take it out of the rules and regs, so it's a separate entity that can be amended without having to amend the rules again.
Yes, sir.
But it will remain in place.
It will remain in place, but it'll be its own form on the website and everything. Just you'll be able to tweak it easier if it's removed from the subdivision rules and regulations.
So is that something that you envision being able to change just as necessary?
Yes, sir.
Rather than having to come back to court every time
Yes.
and amend it.
And
So if you see something you need to add or subtract, then
right, or move it around. Because some things need to be in place for our office and some things need to be in place for the surveyor. So we're gonna kind of just separate them to where we have all this for the survey, we have all for the county surveyor, we have all this for your office. What do we need? We need all this before we can send it to him. And then we need all that
before you can submit it for
Correct.
approval.
Yes, sir.
That makes
I
sense.
believe Mr. Holmes is working on some of that information as well, trying to get what we need, where we need it.
I see Mr. Entz is our county surveyor is also online. Mr. Entz, do you have anything you'd like to add to this discussion? Put him on the spot.
I think it's necessary that we do this, yeah. The checklist is way outdated, has a lot of information on there that we don't need. Stuff that's not applicable, so we need to get that updated, make it a lot more user friendly.
From the way I understand it, it almost seems as mostly almost a formatting issue, but having hamstring the county surveyor and development services by bringing it back to court every time there's a change just for formatting or maybe a change in fee or something like that, it seems a little bit much. So I think by this move, it kind of lets them be able to conduct business a little better.
Anything substantive would have to be amendment of the
Actual rules. So By separating these, you have just the actual rules that'll be standalone by themselves and will still have to come to court to be changed. The actual form is just an application. And I don't see why the court needs to have purview over that application. That makes sense.
I agree.
You would have to approve fees.
Well, yes, the change to fees, we would have to approve. Yes. So, which we've already done. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to remove the plat checklist from the subdivision rules and regs. Thank you, gentlemen.
I have a motion from Commissioner Holcomb to remove the plat checklist from subdivision rules and regulations, a second from Commissioner Hawkins. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. All right, number 19, discuss interaction on minor plat for the Burroughs edition. Burroughs edition is in Commissioner Crumpton precinct here.
That's the one on 933, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. There's nothing involved in the county roads in that, sort of on the market.
Mr. Ince, do you have any insight on that?
No, I've been back and forth with the surveyor and the others there, and they've addressed my concerns, so I'm good
So
with
your
that.
recommendation is approval, sir?
Make a motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion for approval of the minor plat for Burroughs addition from Commissioner Crumpton, a second from Commissioner Holcomb. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Would it be the same on the minor plat?
No. Number 20, discuss interaction on final plat for May Springs Whitney Estates edition. This will be in precinct 1. File 1306.
You know where it is?
Mr. Ince, do you have any input on this one, sir?
They've got their water, line upgrade requirements met with, the water company, and got that. That was the biggest, issue with the final plat that we had. Everything else pretty well been taken care of prior. So I recommend that one to the court to approve.
Yeah, Jesse, the only thing that we talked about that was the location of the entrances and the distance between each of those to give us room to work ditches with our motor graders. And I think that if I recall right, John was going to handle that, and we're going to handle that in the culvert permitting process.
I thought that one, I was thinking that one has, significant frontage on each one of the lots, so. Is that the, I don't remember that discussion on that particular one.
Right, but if they put the driveways side by side,
Oh, yeah.
say, the entrances, then that creates a problem for me.
That would be with any of them, I would say, so it needs to be handled with the driveway permit.
Yeah, I think we identified that. We'll
Yep.
probably be seeing a covert policy amendment soon.
Yeah, definitely. I'll make a motion to approve the final plat subject to that for May Spring Whitney Estates.
Second, subject to what?
Subject to the location of the driveways being handled under the permitting process, culvert permitting process.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So I have a motion to accept the final plat for May Spring Whitney Estates edition. From Commissioner Holcomb, second from Commissioner Hawkins. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
No opposed, motion carries.
It's similar to this.
Number 21 is discuss interaction on the preliminary plat for Buffalo Ridge. Precinct 4. Mr. Lake. Just for instance, do you have any input on that one, sir?
No, they've addressed all the comments I've given them on that one, so I think that one's in pretty good shape.
So your recommendation is approval?
Yep.
And the surveyor recommends approval?
Motion approved.
Second. I have a motion from Commissioner Lake for the approval of the preliminary plat for Buffalo Ridge. And a second from Commissioner Holcomb. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? It's unanimous. Number 22. Pursuant to section 551.087, Texas Government Code, the Commissioner Court will move to close executive session to discuss or deliberate regarding commercial and financial information that the Commissioner's Court has received from a business prospect the Commissioner Court seeks to have locate, stay, or expand in Hill County, and with which the Commissioner's Court is conducting economic development negotiations, and to deliberate the offer of a financial or other incentive to the business prospect of the data center. I'll give it